I am a researcher storyteller. Now, when I was a young researcher, doctoral student, I had a young professor who said to us, here's the thing. If you can't measure it, it does not exist. And I was like, really? And he was like, absolutely. So I started with connections because by the time you're a social worker for 10 years like I was, what you'd realize is that connection is why we're here. It's what gives purpose and meaning to our lives. It's why we're here. Personally, I had some struggles with vulnerability in my life. Growing up, I wasn't really encouraged to express my feelings if they weren't absolutely positive. And that's led me to have some issues in my personal relationships. Because apparently, you kind of need to know how to express yourself in the real world. Who knew, right? Well, I think we all need a little help in the whole human connections department. So today, we'll learn The Power of Vulnerability by Brene Brown. So you know that situation where you get an evaluation from your boss and she says 37 things awesome about you and that one opportunity for growth. And all you could think about is that one opportunity for growth, right? Well, apparently that's how my work went as well. Because when you ask people about love, they tell you about heartbreak. When you ask people about belonging, they tell you about their most excruciating experiences of being left out. And when you ask people about connection, well, you get disconnection. Now, about 6 weeks into my research, I came across this unnamed thing that completely unraveled connection in a way that I did not understand. And it turned out to be shameful. Shame is easily understood as the fear of disconnection. You know, that feeling if people know it or see it, they may not think I'm worthy. But it's universal. I mean, we all have it. The only people that do not feel shame do not have the capacity for human empathy and connection. Now, the less we talk about it, the more we actually have it. And what underpins this shame is I'm not good enough. And I'm sure we all know this feeling. I'm not thin enough, rich enough, beautiful enough, promoted enough. What underpins this is excruciating vulnerability. And it's excruciating vulnerability. And it's the idea that in order for connection to happen, we must allow ourselves to be seen, really seen. Now, I could talk to you about shame for a long time because after years of research and hundreds of interviews, I kind of got a handle on it. I kind of understood what shame really is and how it really works. I wrote a book, published it, even wrote a theory, but something still didn't feel right. So I roughly took all the people I interviewed and divided them into two groups. The first group were the people who had a sense of worthiness. These people had a strong sense of love and belonging. And the second group were those who struggled for it. These folks were the people that are always wondering if they are good enough. And that one variable which separates these people from each other is that those who have a sense of love and belonging believe that they are worthy for love and belonging. That's it. They just believe that they are worthy for love and belonging. And to me, the thing that truly keeps us connected is our belief that we are worthy. It's our belief that we are worthy, and I felt like I needed to understand that a bit more. So I roughly took all the people I interviewed and looked at them to see why I saw worthiness. And what I saw was courage. Very simply, the courage to be imperfect. I mean that they had the compassion to be kind to themselves first and then to others. Because apparently you cannot practice being compassionate to others if you don't treat yourself kindly first. And the other thing I saw in common was that they embraced vulnerability. I mean, they believed that what made them vulnerable made them beautiful. It made them beautiful, and they didn't go talking about vulnerability because it was comfortable, nor did they go talk about it because it was excruciating. They talked about it because it was necessary. They had the willingness to go and say, I love you first. They had the willingness to do something where there's no guarantee. And for example, it's like me asking my husband to help me when I'm sick, asking someone out on a date, investing in a relationship where they may or may not work out. They believed that this was fundamental. And there's evidence, but it's not the only reason this evidence exists. But I think it's a huge cause. We are the most obese in debt, addicted, and medicated adult cohort in the US history. And the problem is, we can't selectively numb our emotions. We can't just say, here's the bad stuff, here's the vulnerability, here's the shame, here's the fear, I don't want to feel these. We can't say that. We can't selectively numb our emotions, because when we do, we numb joy, we numb gratitude, we numb happiness. And then we're miserable. And we're searching for purpose and meaning, and then more vulnerable. This becomes a dangerous cycle, and most dangerously for our children. Now let's talk about our children. They are hardwired for struggle. And when you're holding those perfect little babies in your arms, you can't just say, look at her, she's perfect. I'm gonna keep her perfect. I'm gonna make sure she makes the tennis team by 5th and Yale by 7th. That's not your job. Your job is to say, look at you. You know what? You are imperfect. And you are hardwired for struggle. But you are worthy for love and belonging. This is our job for a generation of kids to be raised like that. And the last thing, which I think is the most important, we should believe that we are enough. When we work in a place that says, I'm enough, we stop screaming and start listening. We let ourselves be seen, deeply seen, vulnerably seen. We love with our whole hearts, even though there may not be any guarantee. We practice joy and gratitude in moments of terror where we're asking, can I love you this much? Can I believe in this passionately? We are kinder and gentler to ourselves. We are kinder and gentler to ourselves. ourselves. Thank you.